You've been talking for a week, you finally got that first date locked in, you're excited, she's excited, but then reality hits. How do I make this the perfect first date? What if it's awkward? What if there's no connection? Relax. First dates don't have to be stressful, and they don't have to be perfect. But here are some key things that you can do to make sure that you create real connection, build attraction, and leave her wanting more. I'm Kevin Chinn. As a professional dating coach, I help successful men master attraction and build high-quality relationships. If you're ready to date better and live better, then you're in the right place. I like that. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how to design the perfect first date. Let's get into it. Let me tell you about a guy I coached. His name's Matt. Matt's been crushing it in his business, but when it came to first dates, he always felt like he was striking out. He told me, "I feel like I'm doing everything right, but something's missing." After hearing his story, I knew what the problem was. He was overthinking the date itself and not paying enough attention to what led up to it. Here's the deal. The perfect first date starts before you meet up. The key to success is setting the right tone from the very beginning. This is all about how you communicate with her leading up to the date. You want to keep it light and fun, showing that you're excited without being overly eager. If you're texting her long paragraphs or checking in every 5 minutes, then you're already building the wrong vibe. I told Matt, tone down the text conversation. Keep it brief but confident. Set up the date and get to know her there. A simple, "Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 7. Make sure you bring that smile," does the job perfectly. It's playful, direct, and sets a positive, low-pressure tone. You're showing that you're in control of yourself and not overthinking it. When you get into the date with that energy, it makes everything else flow naturally. A lot of guys think they need to go all out on the first date. Dinner, fancy restaurant, expensive cocktails, some over-the-top plan to wow her. Let me tell you a personal story. I used to do that shit too. I'd take women to high-end spots thinking I was impressing them, only to realize that it felt more like a job interview than a date. It was stiff, too formal, and far from fun. The truth? The best first dates are simple, low pressure, and designed for easy conversation. Forget the 5-star restaurant. You want something that allows for movement, energy, and interaction. My go-to first date is a casual coffee or a walk in the park followed by a drink at a cool, relaxed spot. Why? Because it takes the pressure off. You're not sitting across from her, locked in one place, trying to force chemistry. You're moving, you're experiencing something together, and the environment is much more relaxed. Think movement and space. I can't stress this enough. Simplicity is key. When you're not trying too hard, you're giving both of you the space to connect organically. A first date isn't about impressing her with what you can buy. It's about showing her who you are. And when you're in a relaxed, comfortable setting, that's when your personality can really shine through. Now, let me tell you about a first date that went completely wrong. I'll call this guy Adam. Adam was a client of mine who thought he had it all figured out. He set up this elaborate first date. Dinner at a super fancy rooftop restaurant with reservations weeks in advance, followed by a surprise wine tasting event. Sounds perfect, right? Wrong. The second they sat down at the restaurant, the vibe was off. It was too formal, it was too stiff. They were stuck across from each other at a candlelit table, and instead of fun, light conversation, it felt like a pressurized interview. She was polite, but Adam could tell that she wasn't comfortable. By the time they got to the wine tasting, the chemistry was completely gone. So, what went wrong? Adam tried too hard to create a perfect date that he thought would impress her, instead of focusing on creating a space where they could naturally connect with each other. The formality killed the vibe. What Adam learned from that experience, and what I teach to all of my clients, is that women really don't care about how much you spend. All they care about is how you make them feel. If you can make her feel comfortable, engaged, and curious about you, then you've already won. After working together, Adam switched to simple, low-pressure dates. Coffee, walks, or drinks at a local bar. And guess what? His success rate skyrocketed. Why? Because those dates were about him and her together, not about the setting that they were in. Here's where most guys get it wrong. They either try too hard to be the nice guy, or they come off way too aggressive, trying to dominate the conversation. What you need is to find a balance between playful and grounded. You're leading the date, but you're also relaxed and not forcing anything. Think of it like this. You are guiding the energy without being controlling. You're in your masculine frame, which allows her to relax into her feminine energy. Let's break this down. On a first date, you want to be playful. Keep the conversation light and fun. Tease her a little bit. And don't be afraid to challenge her in a good-natured way. But at the same time, you want to project calm, steady confidence. This is what I call energetic leadership. You're setting the tone, and she's following your lead. When you're too intense or serious, it kills the vibe. But when you're laid back, playful, and present, it allows her to feel safe and enjoy the moment. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. Women are attracted to men who can handle themselves without being too caught up in the outcome. You need to show her that you're confident without seeking approval or needing her validation. That's magnetic. All right, so you're on the date. You've set the tone, you're in the right setting, and the energy is good. Now let's talk about how to make sure the conversation flows effortlessly. First, don't interrogate her. I see guys make this mistake all the time. They ask question after question, and the whole thing turns into a Q&A session. Instead, what you're gonna do is focus on sharing stories, yours and hers. If you ask her about her favorite travel spot, don't just sit there waiting for her to answer. Share one of your own travel experiences first, and then invite her to do the same. This keeps the conversation balanced and prevents her from feeling like she's under the spotlight. Second, be a little unpredictable. One of the best ways to keep a date fun is to throw in something unexpected. Maybe after your coffee, you suggest a quick walk around the block to check out a cool street art exhibit. Or you could suggest a spontaneous detour to a nearby ice cream spot. These small surprises make the date feel more dynamic and keep her engaged. And finally, use playful teasing to build attraction. If she tells you she loves a certain TV show, you could say, "Oh damn, I'm not sure we can be friends anymore if that's your favorite show." It's a joke, but it creates that push-pull dynamic that keeps things fun and flirty. Remember, you're here to build a connection, not to get too serious right off the bat. So there you have it, the recipe for the perfect first date. Keep it simple, low pressure, and fun. Don't focus on impressing her with flashy dates. Focus on how you make her feel with your presence. Lead with playful confidence, guide the energy, and create a space where attraction can naturally grow. If you're ready to take your dating game to the next level and learn how to create magnetic connections with ease, then join my free 5-day challenge, Attraction Accelerator. I'll show you exactly how to design first dates that lead to something real without wasting time or money. Just click the link in the description below or DM me the word date on Instagram. I will personally walk you through the next steps.